All right, let's look at the homework 3.1, 3.2, problem number 14. All right, so we want to find the absolute extrema of this function over the interval from -1 to +1. All right, so let's do that. All right, first step is to find the critical number. So we take the derivative, f prime of x is equal to 2x plus 2, and derivative of -3 is 0. So if you factor out 2, then you have x plus 1. So we set that equal to 0 to find the critical number. So we can see that x equals -1 is a critical number, right? Which actually happens to be one of the endpoint. All right, so we just need to check all the critical numbers and endpoint. In this case, the only one critical number we have is the left endpoint. So we just have to look at the endpoints. All right, so we look at f of -1, which is the left endpoint, and also a critical number, and the right endpoint is +1. All right. So if you plug in -1, so it's going to be -1 squared is 1, so it's going to be -2, -3. So that would be -4, right? So if you plug in +1, so it's going to be 1 plus 2 minus 3. So that's going to be 0, right? So 0 is the largest value, so this is the absolute maximum, right? And then -1 gives -4 is the absolute minimum because it's the smallest number. All right, so let's type it in. All right, so absolute maximum value happens at 1, and then the function value is 0. And maximum minimum value happens at -1, and the value is -4, I believe. All right, so let's check the answer. All right, I came back and looks like we got the absolute maximum and absolute minimum correctly. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.